What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of Retro Hoop Collectibles. And as you can see, we're talking HGA. We're talking about all of it. The good, the bad. Man, my hands are dirty. That's actually adhesive. I can't do anything about it. I've been working on my house. The good, the bad, the ugly. Okay? So I'll start off by saying that yesterday and today were really good days. I actually got in on an HGA sub, which kind of what prompted me to do this video. And normally when I get into a sub or when I do a sub, I usually like to show you guys the cards that I'm subbing first. But in my excitement, in my never-ending excitement, I forgot to do so. But here's what we're subbing. We got LaMelo Ball, rated rookie. Kenyon Martin, which is my guy. Houston Rockets, all day, every day. Tyrese Halliburton. Anthony Edwards, Teal Explosion, NBA Hoops. Y'all saw me pull this. And y'all saw me pull all these, actually. Pulled them all right here on the channel. Homegrown. Going off to HGA, they're all going to be in their neutral card match design. So hopefully they come back looking pretty good. It's one of the things that we're going to talk about today. So also, I got my Houston Rockets championship hat on because today, on May 15th? May 15th, Rudy T is getting inducted into the NBA Hall of Fame. So that's two things that are good today. And for those of you who are sneakerheads, I hit the sneaker raffle on the Shadow 2.0s. So pretty pumped about that. Jordan 1s are my absolute favorite sneaker of all time. Most importantly, or more specifically, the Jordan Shadows, the original Shadows. That's my all-time favorite shoe of all time. So I was very excited to hit the Shadow 2.0s. I'm on my third pair of Shadows, the original Shadows. I buy them, I wear them until I can't wear them anymore, and then I buy another pair. So anyway, good weekend over here at the Retro Hoop Breaks Studios. So that's what I'm subbing. I'm subbing my rated rookies. So we're going to talk a little bit about HGA. So HGA, like I said, we're going to talk about the good, the bad, and the ugly. And there are some uglies out there because, woof, some of the slab designs that I've seen or some of the label designs that I've seen on some of this custom stuff that they're doing, not a good look. Not a good look, and we'll talk about that. So let's get into the good first. Let's start with the positive. Obviously, there's a lot of good, very little bad, but there's a lot of good about HGA. First things first, and we'll talk about, and it's more important to me, is turnaround times. Their turnaround times, although they are not exact, their big pitch whenever they started was 10 days is 10 days. And right up until about a month and a half, maybe 2 months ago, whenever they moved from their smaller facility to their bigger facility, they had a logistics issue with the post office that put their receiving cadence in a really bad spot, and they got hit with an influx of orders or an influx of packages all in one shot that completely overwhelmed their receiving department, and because of that, they were late on scanning in orders. So some of you who have gotten in with HGA experienced a package that arrived on a certain day, according to USPS or UPS or whoever, that arrived on a certain day and then simply did not get scanned in until maybe 2 weeks later. And some of you did that with 10-day subs. And so, there's some issues there. But overall and by and large, the orders that I've put in through them have all been on time with their turnaround times, their turnaround dates. They far exceed anything that anybody else is doing out in the market in terms of turnaround times, with the exception of SGC. SGC is absolutely killing it on lead times. But we're not talking about SGC today. We're talking about HGA. And they're doing really good. So one of the good things that I think about them is their turnaround times. Their turnaround times are really good. The other thing that's really good is their pricing. So for that, I'll bring up their website. No need on getting secondhand information from me. So their turnaround times are pretty good, but their pricing is actually the best in the industry. If you manage to get through the queue, okay, which is one of the things that we'll talk about. It's one of the things I have written down as the bads. Actually, I forgot to write it down, but I've got a couple of things that I want to talk about here. So if you manage to get past and actually get in and get a sub in with them, you're going to experience pretty decent turnaround times and relatively good pricing depending on what you pick. So for me, this last sub that I did is 5 card maximum, and I got in at the $20 60-day price point. I'm in no rush, and I know that roughly their 60 business days is going to be 60 business days, and so I'm not too worried about it. There's no need for me to go with the fastest turnaround times they have and just hope for the best. They're pretty good. So that being said, they have the best price in the market right now. There is no $20 card option with BGS. There is no $20 card option with SGC. There is no $20 card option with CGS. And there damn sure isn't one with PSA right now. Actually, I take that back. I wonder if BGS has a $20 option. Don't quote me on that. They might. I don't know. I don't know anything about BGS, so I'm not even going to talk about them anymore. But as far as I'm concerned, and according to my knowledge, that $20 card price point is the best right now in the industry. So they're doing really good there. The other good is their customer service. If you have not seen the video where I did my reveal on my HGA return on the latest slabs that I got back from HGA, I'll link that up at the top. You can watch that. But if you have not watched that, you will notice, and I can't show you right now because I already sent it off. But I had a Carmelo Anthony rookie card in which he's in his Denver Nuggets baby blue, white, and yellow jersey. I selected team match on that card, expecting them to match the colors on the jersey. However, when they did team match, it came back a black and red label, which is a team match to the current team that he's on right now, which is the Trailblazers. And that is incorrect. That's not what I wanted. Now, they could have very well said, well, sorry, sir, we said team match, and technically he's on that team, so technically we're right, and you're just going to have to live with it. However, I sent them an email, and in that email, I explained to them what happened, and they sent me back a very nice email from this young lady, Brianna, at Hybrid Grading, and she said, send it back, we'll get it fixed, and we'll refund you the shipping. Can't be mad at that. Cannot be mad at that. I mean, they emailed me the next day. They said, I actually sent them an email, saying, kind of laying everything out, and then they sent me an email back the same day that said, so can you explain to us what the issue is? I had already done that in the previous email, but I did it again. And then they came back with this email here that says, hello, please send us back the card to be reslabbed. Please write attention Bishop. I don't know who that is. Please include the detailed notes and any other things regarding to the error that was made. So I wrote up a nice little letter, stuck it in there, and sent it off with my submission. So great customer service as far as I can tell. I'll wait to hear back on when that sub gets back. As soon as it gets back, I'll let y'all know. But again, customer service is one of the paramount things of a company. It's how you treat your customers. You guys know Tyler, everybody knows who Tyler is. He's the owner of the company. He has been active on Facebook, active on the Facebook groups for HGA. He's been active on YouTube with the collectors and, all the videos he's done and the interviews. He's very gracious with his time and wants everybody to know what they're doing, wants everybody to know what's going on. Very transparent. The transparency with HGA is just amazing. One of the reasons why I'm able to tell you about some of the things that they were going through, with the shipping issues and how they were having issues with USPS and UPS and all that stuff, is because HGA puts that out there. They go, hey guys, listen, at the end of the day, we are also humans who are working here in this company and are trying to provide a service for you. And occasionally, because of Murphy's Law, there are going to be some things that are going to go wrong. But as long as we keep, but we're going to keep you updated. And in my opinion, as long as you keep me in the loop and let me know what's going on and don't just make me feel like you took my money and you don't care about communicating, that is huge to me, in my opinion. I don't know how you guys feel about it, but that's just me with any company, anywhere, any place, no matter what I'm buying, no matter what I'm spending money on. I just want to know that person is keeping me, or that company is going to keep me in the loop on the service that I paid for. And HGA does an amazing job of doing that. So, and the other thing too is their slab designs. Now, that's going to be my segue, because I really enjoy their slab designs. And for that, let's see if we can't go to, I'm going to jump off here for a second. Let's see if we can't go to old Instagram, because on Instagram, they have a really good. Here we go, hybrid grading. They got a pretty good selection of slabs to look at. So I'm still on the good right now, okay, which is the slab designs, and some of their slab designs are amazing. This one's a little off the mark. I'm not really sure about this and kind of how this works here. That's an awesome slab. I mean, how are you mad at that slab there? I mean, that is just spectacular. That is a beautiful card, beautiful case, and just a great slab design, label design. Their slabs are hefty, they're big, they feel good in your hand. They're just good. I mean, I like them. I think they have a great slab, and occasionally they do make a really good label. Let me turn this a little bit this way. All right, there we go. Occasionally they do design a really nice label. That is an amazing label design right there. Jason Tatum, green slab, Boston Celtics, green, yellow. I mean, it all just goes. There's this guy. I swear I'm gonna get into why I don't like LeBron James one day. I just kind of feel like that's more of a basketball thing, not necessarily like a card thing. And anyway, the GOAT. I mean, this is a great design here. Let's see there. Oh, okay, I don't know what happened there. Okay, here's this 86 Fleer iconic set within the hobby. The only thing I would say about this design here is I really wish they would have incorporated the yellow a little bit more somehow. Just somehow in here. Maybe this would have been yellow, or maybe instead of black outline, it'd be yellow outline or something. It would have just to bring, because I always feel like the 86 Fleer, like that's kind of the thing that pops, so that makes everything pop is the yellow. It's just such a good design. Kobe Bryant, again, today getting inducted into the Hall of Fame. Julius Randle went off the other night with like 30 points, almost got a triple-double. Julius Randle. That's a beautiful card right there. I mean, just really, really beautiful slab designs. But they're not always the best. So that's all the really good things that I like about HGA, right? The turnaround times, the pricing, the customer service, the transparency, and then these types of slab designs. Now, like I said, they're not always home runs. And one of the things that I don't like about HGA is their 10 design. I like the fact that BGS has that 10 black label design, or actually they have a different sticker overall for the pristine 10, or for the HGA like 10, which is the black label. But it's the same layout, it's the same design, it's the same, everything is the same. It's just a different color. It just makes it stand out a little bit. I'm not crazy about the fact that this design is what they chose to go with when it comes to the 10. I would have liked for their 10s to been, I don't know, just a different design. Keep with the same design, right? The same design is like, for example, like this, right? Like keep with this, but do something special for a 10. Maybe gold border, like a gold foil border or something like that. But in my opinion, they just completely went, like completely different design on the 10s. And, to get a flawless 10, I mean, that's hard to do. And I know they wanted to probably do something special. I just really don't think they hit the mark on this one. So I'm getting into the bads now, okay? Here's another one. That is just atrocious. They completely missed the mark on this one. I don't know what they were thinking. I know what they were thinking. They were thinking of doing a Mardi Gras design, I guess, because New Orleans and things like that. But that just looks like a kid's carnival design. There's nothing Mardi Gras about that. There's no beads. There's no masks. There's no fleur-de-lis. There's no, nothing. If they were going for Mardi Gras, I just don't think they hit the mark on that one. That looks terrible. And that's kind of what's happening, right? And that's kind of getting into, one of the things I'm saying about the bads. There was another one on here. Okay, so here's a good example of one card. So here's this LaMelo Ball, Orange Explosion, rated rookie. Great design on the card. But here is the exact same card and a completely different design that I feel just kind of missed the mark. Now, that's one of the problems that I have, and that's one of the bads that I'm going to talk about, or one of the things that I feel is not the best about HGA, is sort of the inconsistency in the slab design. Now I'll explain a little bit. The reason why people like Pepsi is because no matter what, you're going to buy a Pepsi, whether you buy it here, whether you buy it in Mississippi, whether you buy it in California, whether you buy it in New York. It's the same every single time. You're going to get the same product every single time, and there's consistency in it, and there is something to be said about a product that is consistent, that when you buy it, you know what you're getting every single time. It's one of the reasons why their slabs are so timeless, is because it's just a very basic design, yet it's very cut to the chase. It's very, they know exactly what's needed, and you're going to get the same thing every single time. Even when they've supposedly upgraded their designs, they've really just made minor tweaks to it, and but it's the same consistent thing every single time. So if you're going to sub 1 million cards, you know what those 1 million cards are going to look like when they come back. However, with HGA, much like the sub that I just did, where I selected card match, I don't know. I don't know what I'm going to get. I really don't. And, color match versus team match. A good example was my Carmelo Anthony card. I submitted that with the idea that it was going to come back team match to the team that he was on the card, only to have it come back team match to the team that he's currently on. However, if HGA just had an HGA slab design and they're labeled design, then I would have known exactly what I was getting. In this case, I don't. And so that's a bad thing for me, in my opinion. That's one of the bads, is the inconsistency in the slab design. The other thing that I'll go over so we talked about the slab design. The other thing is growing pains. Now, that's not necessarily a bad thing, but it does have some negative aspect to it, right? They're doing a really good job of capping their submissions. And because they've been able to do that, they've been able to reduce the amount of growing pains they've had to go through. Now, however, the capping of the submissions on a weekly basis, and also the capping of 5 per order, is also something that I would consider a bad. However, it's a necessary bad, because they've chosen to cap off people and potentially ostracize customers in an effort to provide good service to the customers that do get in. And I feel like the waiting room thing is the most fair way that you can do that. There's no other way that they can do that. And some people might not like it, but it's the only way. And some people might not like the submission caps. Some people might not like the cap per order of 5 cards per order. Some people might not like that. But the fact of the matter is that they've chosen to do that in an effort to make sure that they can provide everybody the level of service that they're paying for. So although I categorize it as a bad, in my opinion, it's a necessary bad, and it is what it is. So, and I kind of got into the ugly already, right? To me, this card, I mean, some of these slabs are just not very good looking. For example, the one that we were looking at earlier, that Tyler Hero, I mean, I kind of get what they were trying to do, but I just kind of feel like they missed the mark, and it's an ugly card. I don't know why the rainbow. What's with the rainbow? I mean, there's no, this isn't a rainbow card. I mean, the design of the card is yellow, blue, green. So I'm not exactly sure what the rainbow is all about. That Herbert's beautiful. The Tatum. Again, there's just some ugly ones here. That Ken Griffey's nice. The Burrow is nice with the marble. That's kind of crazy looking. This one, I get why they did it, but again, just ugly. It's not a very good looking slab. A label. I mean, I get it. It's got the ball in there and all this other stuff. Okay, that's kind of cool. That's all right. Hardwood stuff. But again, it's that inconsistency. Like this, I mean, I get again what they were doing here. The Irish flag, Conor McGregor, UFC. This one I don't know what. This one, all right, I can kind of understand what they did here, but again, not a very good looking design. And Bo Bichette, Zion. Again, not really sure what they were trying to do with the design. I mean, I guess I kind of get it. I don't know. There's just some uglies in there, If you follow a couple of groups, oh, that's kind of cool looking. That's kind of dope looking. There was one though that somebody submitted. It was like a Wrigley Field card. That see, like, look, like that one, and then the Joel Embiid one are two totally different cards. Two totally different. It's the same exact card, but two totally different designs. So I just wish they had some consistency. You know, like for all the Marvel cards, this is what our slab's gonna look like. And I know that's kind of tough to do, but it's even tougher to design a different label for each one. You know, like I have a ton of Zebra cards that I want to select for, you know, different players. Clint Capella, I got some Akeem Olajuwons, I got Penny Hardaway, not a Penny Hardaway. I got a couple of them. You know, and I just don't know what I'm gonna get. I really don't know what I'm gonna get in terms of design. I really would like to see what that design is gonna be. That's kind of dope. The My House with the lightning strikes. That's kind of cool. Anyway, that's what I would consider to be the ugly. That is absolutely gorgeous. That is a good looking card right there. But then again, oh, another thing too. You know, you guys saw me pull that Kobe Hollow. I was gonna send it to HGA, or at least wait and try to hold it and send it to HGA. But I saw somebody else that had submitted the exact same card, and the yellow on their slab, on their label design, was not a good match. And that's what kept me from submitting it to HGA, and I submitted it instead to SGC. Because I did not like it. They completely missed it in terms of matching the colors on the card. So you know, that's a nice one. That's a good match. They hit that match really good. But then again, it hasn't been very consistent, and so, you know, some of them come out pretty ugly. This is actually a nice color. I mean, that's pretty dope. 1 of 1. That's a dope card. DK Metcalf. That dude's a beast. And again, you know, my gripes with the flawless 10s. That's gonna do it. I just wanted to talk to you guys about HGA. I know I've been talking a lot about PSA. I've been talking a lot about SGC, but HGA is another one that's in the market that's doing really good things. And I think, you know, they deserve some attention. They definitely are getting a lot of slabs because they sell out within 15, 20 minutes every day. I think their submissions were up to 4,000 today. Is that what it was? I think it was. Let me see. I think it was 4,000. I think they're up to 4,000 now, which is like pretty good. Anyway, they don't say, but so yeah, I just you know, I really love what they're doing. You know, the fact that they're capping off their submissions is something that's a very business mature thing to do for a company that is not that new, hasn't been established for very long. It tells me that they have people that are making decisions, that are thinking about the long term and thinking about things that are more important than just the bottom line and just raking in as much revenue as possible. It tells me that they're really conscious of the collectors and what we're looking for and what we want, and not necessarily just doing a big money grab, because they absolutely could if they wanted to. However, they'd be compromising customer service in a very big way. So what are your thoughts on HGA? Do you like HGA? Have you submitted to HGA? If you have, how happy were you with your slab design? Did it come out exactly like you thought it was? Or was it something that you were like, oh, I really don't like the way this looks? Let me know down in the comments. I'm going to do another one of these videos for, actually, you know what? I need to keep doing some more research on BGS and do a video on BGS, because I need to do a submission with them, and then, you know, kind of highlight my experience with them. So leave me a comment, let me know what you think. I appreciate you guys watching. If you like this video, hit the like button. If you like this kind of stuff, hit the subscribe button, because I do 3 to 5 videos every week, including a weekly update on Wednesdays at 6 p.m. of PSA's progress as they work through their mountain of backlog, and whether or not I think they're going to get caught up in time. That July 1st date is creeping up, so we're going to see what's going on, hopefully next week. I appreciate you guys so much for all the comments and all the likes and all the subs and the shares and all this other good stuff that you guys are doing. You guys are amazing in the comments. I absolutely love interacting with y'all. Y'all know that. You guys are smart as hell. There's a few of you that don't really throw out very good comments. You guys just go, PSA is the best, SGC sucks. And then that's it. Like when I ask you to give me some substance, you don't. But anyway, I still love you. So that's it. I appreciate you guys. Thank you so much for everything. And I'll catch you guys on the next one. Love y'all.